Is your nation's debt solely the result of necessary public spending? Think again. Corruption and mismanagement are silently ballooning national liabilities, placing an unmanageable burden on future generations. Discover the shocking truth about how corruption is exacerbating national debt and who ultimately pays the price in this revealing exploration. So why is every country in debt? It's a complex question with no easy answers. One of the main reasons is government spending. Governments need money to pay for things like education, healthcare, infrastructure, and defense. When they spend more than they collect in taxes, they create a deficit. To cover that deficit, they borrow money, which adds to the national debt. Economic downturns, like recessions, also play a big role. When the economy slows down, people lose jobs, and businesses make less money. This means the government collects less in taxes. At the same time, the government often has to spend more on things like unemployment benefits and social programs to help people get through tough times, further increasing the debt. Unexpected events like wars and pandemics can also cause debt to rise. Wars are expensive, and pandemics require governments to spend a lot of money on healthcare, economic relief, and vaccine development. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic led to a huge increase in national debt for many countries. Now, who do countries owe this money to? It's not always a simple answer. Sometimes, countries owe money to each other. Other times, they owe money to international organizations like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, or the World Bank. These organizations often provide loans to countries facing financial difficulties, but a significant portion of national debt is often held by private investors and bondholders. Governments issue bonds, which are like IOUs, and investors buy them. These investors could be individuals, pension funds, or other financial institutions. When a country sells bonds, it's essentially borrowing money from the people or institutions that buy them. High national debt can have serious consequences. Governments may have to implement austerity measures, which means cutting back on public spending. This can lead to reduced public services like education and healthcare, and can hurt the economy. High debt can also lead to inflation, as governments may try to print more money to pay their debts. In some cases, countries may even default on their debt, meaning they can't make their payments. This can damage their reputation and make it difficult to borrow money in the future. Debt restructuring is also something countries can do to try to lower the amount of debt they need to pay. This means that lenders agree to change the terms of the debt, like lowering the interest rate or giving the country more time to pay. There are many strategies countries can implement to lower their debt. One obvious way is to be more responsible with their finances. That is referred to as fiscal responsibility. This includes cutting wasteful spending, raising taxes when necessary, and investing in economic growth. For instance, policymakers may have to choose between cutting funds to defense or to education. Each of these options is going to have large-scale repercussions. Economic reforms can also help by making it easier to do business, attracting foreign investment, and promoting innovation. Countries can boost their economic growth and generate more revenue to pay down their debts. While we've covered a lot in this video, there are still some important questions we didn't have time to explore. For example, how does corruption specifically impact a country's credit rating and borrowing costs? Also, what are the long-term effects of quantitative easing policies on national debt levels? These are complex issues that deserve further investigation. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to keep watching such amazing videos.